trustee or? All right. Meeting of October 15th, 2024. Say the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got your mic on?
Huh? Yeah. I didn't get that. It's turned on. Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Huff,
Yes.
Mr. Brucker,
Yes.
Mr. Cole.
Yes. Okay. Need approve the minutes, last minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the Morgan Township Board of Trustee minutes dated September the 23rd, 2024, as written.
Second?
Mr. Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Brucker,
Yes.
Mr. Huff.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Wait a minute, there's another one. There's another meeting. There's another meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the Morgan Township Board of Trustee special minutes dated September 26th, 2024, as written.
Second?
Mr. Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Brucker.
Yes.
Mr. Huff.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Now, approve the warrants.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment listing dated 9/24/2024 through 10/15/2024, payment number 893-2024 through 898-2024, and warrant number 12877 through 892-2024. Wait a minute, what the heck's going on here? Scratch all that. We'll start over. The paper's not right. Hang on, I gotta do this. 893. Okay, so we'll start with
Do you have them on the back?
payment listing 9/24-2024 to 10/15/2024. Payment number 846-2024 through 898-2024, and warrant number 12877 through 12907, for a total of $82,425.37.
Second?
Mr. Brucker.
Yes.
Mr. Cole.
Yes.
Mr. Huff.
Yes.
Motion approved. They were stapled wrong.
Okay. Let's go to the fire department. Jeff?
Thank you. The first thing is our first community CPR class is scheduled for November 12th at 7 p.m. We still have room. We have like already 12 registered, but we can make it as big as we need to. If anybody out there in TV land or anybody else is interested, they can just call the firehouse, and Captain Jan will get back to them and get them on the schedule. We're doing it at a break-even price of $8, which is unheard of for a CPR class these days, and it's for community members, and we are opening it up to anybody in the area. September 2024 responses reflect 45 runs increase over last year, same time. We had 41 runs for the month. Oh, I'm sorry, 44 runs for the month. We made 3 transports for Ross Township. Our out-the-door time was 1 minute and 35 seconds, and all inspections are done for the year, and we only have 2 re-inspections left, and that'll do it for the year. So Captain Meyer's done a real good job of knocking those out and getting the re-inspections, and everybody's passed. I think he did the township today, and the township passed with flying colors. So we're very safe here. I need a motion to accept the resignation of firefighter paramedic Eric Weiss effective 10/10/24.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Our smoke detector supply has been replenished by a generous donation of an extra 100 units from the actual manufacturer of smoke detectors. So we've put in the 20 that the Red Cross has given, and we have additional 100. So Captain Meyer will be reaching out to people on the wait list, but we have plenty left. If anybody needs them, they can call the firehouse.
What's the criteria to get one, to be eligible?
Just live in the township, and we give up to 2 right now.
Okay.
And we'll be happy to do that.
Do you install them?
We install, that's
Okay.
part of the deal. When you do it with the Red Cross, you have to be certified to install a smoke detector. I guess it's a liability thing. So we install them, Captain Meyer goes out and installs them. And we've installed the first 20 in our homes that have no working smoke detectors. So he's also starting a blitz on a couple neighborhoods where he has door hangers for people who may not know about the program, have Facebook or whatever. So we're trying to roll them out. So we have another 100, so we're happy to put in as necessary. And the last thing is I'm trying to spend the State of Ohio EMS grant, which expires at the end of this month. So I need a PO to Teleflex for $2,660 for IO needles from Fund 2903. And that'll be reimbursed from a grant.
So moved.
Got a second?
Okay. Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And that's all I have unless you have questions of me.
Were you going to park, or you want to wait, or?
You can wait.
I do have one thing on the park. Yeah, I was working with the prosecutor up at the county, and we were working through how the donation to the foundation, Hamilton Foundation, work. And he explained to me that when we have these donations, that we're required to run those donations through the common pleas court. So in the future, as we go forward, if we have a donation to the foundation, we have a sample letter they provided, and it's going to be signed by the donor, and then it'll be signed by Jeff. I think you're on a representative of the park, correct?
Well, of the Hamilton Foundation, it's Tom, myself, and Sandra, correct?
Correct.
Tom too? Okay.
Yeah.
So one of you three would be signing it, and then it would go up to the common pleas court, and either Judge Howard or there's 2 other judges up there, they would sign it, or it would be signed by one of their, whatever Kevin Garrity wants is how we'll process that. And what it does is it stays in line with, there's a Ohio Revised Code 505.261 that requires this. I had no idea that this was something out there. I don't think anybody else knew about it. I talked to one of the judge's office at the Common Pleas Court, and they were a little in the dark about this. So I went back to Kevin's office, and I reviewed a letter that I had already drafted up per his example, and he said, yeah, that's the letter you need. And I said, well, are we going to have to do this every time we get a donation? And he said, yes.
No matter what the dollar amount is?
No
If it's
matter-
somebody that donates $5, we have to do this?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Seems,
Like I said, I don't think anybody else is doing it, but
I thought that's what the
That's-
purpose of going with the Hamilton Community Foundation, because we had that 5013C.
Yeah, because we don't touch it.
Yeah, we don't touch the money. It goes to them, and then they disperse it. So it's not coming into Morgan Township's.
totally agree. And I tried to work my way around that to try to understand why this
What
was all
about
about.
donations we've already received? Do we have to go back and get it?
Well, I don't know. That's the big question mark. If we do, it wouldn't be any problem. Most people would. And what it does, and I'll read the example letter that we have. It's going to be kind of a fill in the blank, and I'll kind of read it. I'd like to read it into the minutes and probably get it onto the record, and then pass a resolution that we would do this on the future going forward. Here it states, and this is to be on the Morgan Township letterhead, and it reads, quote, the donor, I put my glasses on so I can read better. The donors have agreed to donate, and the Morgan Township trustees, along with the Morgan Township Park Board, parentheses, collectively the parties, close parentheses, to accept a donation in the amount of X. The parties agree that the donation will be used for the, whatever purpose the donation was made for. The parties agree that all of the monies donated by the donor will be spent for the construction of the project, whatever's cited for that, and not used for any other purpose. This is pursuant to RC 505.261. This document is submitted to the Butler County Common Pleas Court for approval. And then the 3 signature blocks are the donor, the park board, and then the Common Pleas Court would sign it.
When you talked to Kevin Garrity or the Common Pleas Court judge, did you explain that we have the Community Foundation? I think Hamilton Community Foundation should be named in that also, because the money is not coming into Morgan Township, it's the Hamilton Community Foundation.
And this is strictly what the office.
Did you talk to Jacob at Hamilton Community Foundation?
Yeah, there was confusion at the Common Pleas level and at the foundation, because they had not been aware of this.
So where did this come from? What made Kevin Garrity? Because I know there's other even townships that have parks, and they're in the same boat we are with the Hamilton Community Foundation, and I know they're not doing this.
Then I would refer back. I would like to go read RC 505.261 to see.
Why don't we do that before
what that says.
before we adopt this? Because I think this is overkill, and I think people that want to just donate like $25 are going to say, forget it, I'm not going to go through it, I'll just keep my money. Because they may not even have it for an intended purpose. They may just say, I like your park, here's $50 or $100.
They don't want their name even
And
known.
I'm just anonymous.
Do you want to give Kevin a call?
I can't. Let me get with Hamilton Community Foundation, because that was the reason we went with them, since we didn't have to have any tax exemptions or anything like that. That's why. Can I look into it?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem. Okay. That's all.
And there is one other thing, Brady from Soil and Water,
I was going to just read
he
this.
has a grant and an application in with Duke Energy and for $1,000 for the plants for the ring.
3,000.
3,000, I think, but the
He
plant's
said it-
really 1,000.
Yep. He said that we would only need 1,000, but they have 3,000 available.
And they will know in 3 months or less, but it's their last 3,000 they have to give away, and I call it low-hanging fruit. He had another term for it, but it's low impact as far as what Duke has to do. So there is still hope for the rain garden over there, which is good news.
Okay. Right. Joe?
That's it.
Okay, let's go to the road department, Mark.
Yes, I received an email from the Board of Elections confirming the use of the township buildings on the November 5th. I just want to check sure of Tom to make sure the community center's available, and they need it both be the 4th and the 5th.
Right. For that up and
I figured you had it.
yeah, I think I make sure it's on the calendar, but I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep,
Turn my
we
phone
got it.
off.
Righty, then I did receive from the Butler County engineers the 2025 paving estimates that Rob had put together before he left. And when if we decide to do anything, we have to have a resolution by December 1st. I'll get you guys all a copy of them so we can start thinking about it and looking through it. This Thursday, we're going to put a new culvert in on Scott Street in Shandon. The road should just be closed during the day. It should be a one-day thing.
I don't think that's gonna affect traffic too
No,
much,
not
is
too
it?
bad. You'd be surprised though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who cut through.
We
Yeah,
cut
they do that, yeah.
Yeah.
we cut the road today, and there's 3
Yeah,
cars went by. Next Thursday, we're going to the Butler County engineers for the snow and ice control training. Then afterwards, they have that little snowplow rodeo.
What's the date on that?
Thursday, October 24th.
You gonna go? You driving? You gonna drive?
I'm not gonna drive. Is it the demolition derby?
No, it's a
Oh, okay.
snow.
That's what I thought.
Gotcha. Then,
No.
I just want to let everybody know, Schraden Road, the county's portion of the road is closed right at California for, they're stabilizing, the bank's starting to slide, they're stabilizing it and doing some other work to the embankment. It's closed from October 14th, which was yesterday, scheduled to reopen on November 22nd. And last, I'm asked for a PO for $3,000 to Mount Pleasant Blacktop for asphalt for repairs we're gonna do on Chapel, North Dwyer, and Schraden Road, start next week.
So moved?
Second.
Mr. Booker?
Yes.
Mr. Kolb?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And that's all I got.
That's it? All right. Let's go to zoning. Dale?
Hey, hang on a minute. Did you go through any of that long email that Matt sent out today about the curves?
Curve study.
I mean, that thing is huge.
Yeah, I just saw.
So are we gonna
We
get any kind
started
of
on-
grant to do all the
See, I
work?
didn't
Because
look
there's a lot of signs that need to be
Right.
added and,
We've started on that in the past few years, but we're not near
right.
end of
It looked like
completion.
pretty intense.
Yeah, I was gonna look into it some more. So, yeah.
Maybe we can talk when we go up in January to meet with
Right,
them.
right. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, well, you have in your packet the certificates that have been approved through October the 15th. Just look at your, and also you have attached a yearly summary. I thought I had one with me. Capture yours over there on that side, please.
Oh, you give me one.
Yes, I did. I gave you one from from October the 2nd. I know I did. All right, yeah, here it is, right there. Okay, the third quarter had a total of 19 certificates, and we're up to 52 for the year. And the total revenue for both lot splits and any BZA work or variances and zone changing applications that have brought in some revenue is now at $7,836.
Say that again. How much?
$7,836,
7,000.
as it states at the bottom of the page. Okay,
I don't think I have that page.
you don't?
Nope.
How did I miss you?
I got Darren's report and Darren's log of his nuisance properties and
Well,
inoperable vehicles.
okay,
Yep.
so
Does everybody else have it?
did you get the certificate page at all? Because I
No.
stapled
just
them
got the
together, I thought. Huh?
I don't have the one that has the totals on it.
Is that the one
That's-
you're looking for?
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
that's all right. You can
That's
get it to
okay.
us
We
later.
got
I'll get them to you later.
No problem.
All right. My mind's been in such a confused place anyway to begin with. The zoning commission meeting was held on October the 2nd, and the topics that we discussed. We've got out a survey right now. We've been studying the accessory storage facility for using rail cars or Connex boxes, as we've been using the term. And so we came up to the idea that we would do a township survey to see, and so far that opened on October the 4th, or somewhere in there, and it will close on November the 4th. So far, we've had 110 responses, most of them coming from when it was put on Facebook. It is also on Nextdoor, and I encourage anyone out there listening and tonight to, if you haven't filled out, we would appreciate it very much if you would go in and survey for us and everything else to show that we do listen on the zoning commission if you, okay. We also did a discussion on accessory structures used as dwelling, and we've decided to continue with the current regulation of having just a one dwelling on any parcel, as we state in each of the sections and where residential things apply. I'm still waiting on various applications that I spoke of the last trustees meeting. One of them is for use, the other one would, and then we also have a potential zoning change on Alert New London again. There were no splits during the past month. All of those have been taken care of. And then we go now to the zoning enforcement.
Hang on one
report.
minute, Dale. Remember when I called you last week and asked you about if we had anything in the zoning about short-term rentals, Airbnb, bed and breakfast, and you said that was, you got
Yeah.
a definition for hotels and things like that. I got a call from Denise Callahan. She was with the Journal News. She's retired. She's now freelancing. And she's just wanted to see where townships were that had zoning, what they have zoning that addresses this. There's a bill in the state right now that will, if the townships have any jurisdiction or any zoning regulations, they will not be able to manage it as part of their zoning. So I said, we don't? She said, well, that's good. You're a step ahead, because if this thing passes, it will take your authority to regulate it away. So she
Yeah,
said more
and-
will come, but that was the reason for her inquiry when I
Okay.
told you
Yeah.
when I called
yeah,
you.
Yeah, that was, understood that. And I wanted to call you back and everything else, but I had to take Therese to the emergency room Wednesday evening, and I spent all that day, next day with her at the doctor's office, and so I didn't get back to you. The only thing we have in our zoning regulations is the definitions of
Right.
what they are.
Right.
And that's it.
And that's fine. That's
And
perfectly
and
fine.
That's the way.
If you're working on it, put it on the back burner until see what this bill does.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we weren't going to, we've got several things we're looking at that we feel are a little bit more important. We are doing this, I'm going to be doing some more research on accessory structures as dwellings, because it just to be able to show, but right now, if you want to build a home here, or you have a home and you want to put an accessory structure on it, that accessory structure cannot be used for living in. It's just the way we have it. Well, it's a single-family dwelling on a single lot, okay, or a single dwelling on a lot. All right, Darren, go ahead.
Okay. I still haven't heard back anything from 5024 Cincinnati Brookville Road, the dwelling in a business area. Again, it's not only a zoning violation, it's a fire hazard, especially with our mutual aid we have. If a different fire department comes in here and they size up, they're thinking they're at a business, they're not going to be looking for people sleeping in a building on the property. So I'm hoping I hear something back and we can get something going with them. I have not heard back from the prosecutor's office on the two properties we want to pursue with them, 2787 Bell and 6410 Cincinnati Brookville. I have 13 new zoning certificates from Dale that I'll be going out in the field to verify setbacks. We took possession of the 2012 Ford Expedition donated by Cincinnati Fire Department. I've been working on that to get it cleaned up and suited for us. And I'm always following up on this dashboard that you guys all have a copy of. Trying to get compliance with.
So we got insurance coverage on this new vehicle?
What are some of the minor things that
Yes.
you think it's going to need?
I got the title and everything.
The vehicle,
Okay.
We're waiting on the
I
gratis
took
tags.
some of the red striping off of it.
That's
from
what I was
the
going to say,
fire
what kind
department.
of lettering are you going to put on it, or
The signery
do you want to
two's
put
working.
zoning on it?
Yeah, I got stuff I can show
Okay.
you. Lois is working on something. The back windshield's gonna have zoning on it with some safety striping on the tailgate. That decal on the window will be perforated so you can see through it. The doors will be labeled.
Is the door now a magnet on
Yeah.
the side?
Yeah.
I saw that when I pulled in.
Well, I don't wanna keep that because it can blow off or get taken off.
Right.
We got a light bar on it now for safety lighting.
Working on the upholstery.
Yeah, I'm getting seat covers because the seats are kind of beat up.
Are you going to have any, like, yellow caution lights or
Yeah,
flashing lights?
that's what I just said. They're up there now.
Light bar? You
Yeah,
got a light?
I can give you a light show after the meeting if you'd like. It does a lot of different functions.
Okay.
But it's coming along, but I'm just picking at it as I can.
Okay.
And Tina could just confirm that we have the title and it's fully insured, so
Right,
that's
we're
already
waiting
taken care of.
on, what are they called, courtesy plates or
Gratis tags.
gratis tags, waiting on those to come in the mail.
Okay. Good job. Thanks for
Yeah.
No problem.
pursuing that. So I know our resources weren't gonna be too fast in getting you a vehicle.
I'm one of your resources. I got it
Well,
done.
good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you want me
You
to go
done?
ahead?
there?
That's all I got, I'm sorry.
All right, Tina,
Okay,
that's all.
I need a motion to approve a PO to LCNB National Bank for the equipment bond installment payment due May 1st. It's not due May 1st. Due November 1st, 2024, in the amount of $23,678.63 from Fund 2111, which $23,300 is in principal and $378.63 in interest.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mr. Booker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved. Also, motion to approve adding $500 from a grant received by the fire department from Butler Rural Community Connection to Fund 2907 in the revenue and appropriations budget for 2020.
Second?
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Booker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion
What are you gonna do
approved.
with that, chief?
It's already spent. It was a reimbursement grant.
Okay, good.
It's kind
Good.
of like the benches thing. You have to buy them.
We got,
the
we
money
we
back.
purchased the only hydrant tester, and we're gonna loan it to Ross and anywhere else. Believe it or not, the water company does not have the ability to loan. They don't have anything. They do it by calculation, which isn't good for us, so we wrote the grant and got it. And we can go out and actually see what the pressures on all the hydrants are.
Good. All right, there's two things that, oh, thank you, Dale. There's two things that we need to discuss for Alpha Construction. There's two POs, or payments, that need to be approved. One is for, bear with me, I'm just looking at it for the first time.
They're on these two. On here.
Oh, okay. All right. One is in the amount of $6,485.80 to pay the invoice for the walking trail and parking lot project for the period ending August 30th, 2024.
Second.
Mr. Brooker?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And the other one is a motion to approve a PO and payment to Alpha Construction in the amount of $4,857.84 to pay the invoice for the walking trail and parking lot project 24002 for the period ending September 30th, 2024.
Was there an explanation of what the 6,000 was for and what the 4,000 was for?
Were we
You
paid
have
in,
copies
were
of
we
them.
paid in full? Did we pay in full, or was this just an outstanding balance?
If you look on the paperwork, I don't bring it myself. It tells you.
Okay, the
all of it.
right, original contract was $234,500, or $950,
It tells you down here.
and we paid $202,504.50. So the current payment is $5,485.40. Says a balance to finish is still $25,960.10. And then the second one through the end of September is for $4,857.84, leaving a balance to finish $23,750.60.86. So we still have a balance due, even after these two.
So were they kind of phasing this, where we, I know they sent us a couple bills, so I think we paid them one of the first bills, and then we said until we got a inspection on the trail and we're satisfied with it, we weren't gonna pay them the last sum.
Mhm.
So
So,
I don't know. I'd have nothing to do with any of this other than to pay the bills when you guys
Oh,
make those.
okay.
so it says we paid to date, before the first one, we paid to date $202,504.50. So we still have a remaining balance of $25,960.10. So their bill through ending of April 30th, 2024 was $6,485.40. So then the one for September, that with the August being paid, says that the amount paid was $208,989.90, and the balance, or the amount due for period ending September 30th was $4,857.84. The amount remaining is $23,760.86, which is the 10% of the retainage. So that we have paid them everything but the retainage, the 10%, which is $23,760.86. We are paid up to them, less the retainage.
So the 6,000 and the 4,000, with that being paid, we still owe 23,000?
That's the retainage, yes. It was the total bid amount less the 10% retainage.
Okay.
So we will still, after these two, we will still owe $23,760.86.
Okay.
So let's do this again. I'll make a motion to approve the PO and payment to Alpha Construction in the amount of $485.40 to pay the invoice for the walking trail and parking lot project 24002 for the period ending August 30th, 2024.
So moved.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And I'll make a motion to approve a PO for payment to Alpha Construction in the amount of $4,807.84 to pay the invoice for the walking trail and parking lot project number 24002 for the period ending September 30th, 2024.
So moved.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Second.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay. Good?
Mhm.
All right.
That it, Tina?
The only other thing I have is, I know, Tom, you were in Florida and we're taking up stuff going on down there, but I did reach out to the engineer's office about that guardrail at Lehigh and Chapel for Moore's residents, and they reconfirmed that they would not be able to do that. And if they wanted it, they'd have to do it themselves. But I went back to them, I said, we tried everything we can do to try to resolve the risk that you have living at a dangerous intersection like that. But as far as the township is concerned, there's nothing more that we can do. And I don't know, I just want to bring it up and see if there's any other options that we have. You know, a physical barrier is the only thing that would help them. If the accidents that we saw going north of Chapel were going to happen coming south on Chapel, it would put the car right into their house. But that's the risk they're going to have to assume, sad to say, but if they want to do a barrier there, then that's...
Will they have to worry about being in the right-of-way, though, I wonder?
Well, the county said that they would come out and help identify the right-of-way, so it would be out of the right-of-way, their own property.
But if they said anything there, because I know we talked about putting like a big there, and anybody gets hurt, they're liable.
All right.
It's their decision at
So
this
that
point.
would
It's
be
not
something
ours.
they'd have to decide if they want to take that risk.
They need to be aware of it, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all.
Okay, I'll go next, and I don't have anything, so Tom, you go.
Okay, just have a couple things. Announced last time about Rob Brem's retirement party. I talked to him this afternoon. He's in Fort Lauderdale. He got deployed from North Carolina to I think Ocala, waited out the storm, and then he went to St. Petersburg, and he was supposed to be staying in the Tropicana Stadium, and the roof got blown off. So he's now in a man cave next to it, and that's where they're still on the property. He really doesn't have an end date in sight, but he did assure me that he would be home in time for Justin's wedding.
Yeah.
So we don't have any plans yet until he gets back and gets re-engaged with his family. Then we'll set up a date for his retirement party. But right now it's still on hold. The other thing I got is we conducted several interviews for the position in the road department, and we elected to offer the position to Chris Likens. He's a longtime resident of Morgan Township, current farmer on George Road. So he lives in the township, which was very important, one of the criteria that we were looking for. He's got a lot of experience. He's been working with the county water and sewer district and for like 22 years. So he's got a CDL, he's trained, he's ready to go. One heck of a mechanic, which is going to be very good for not only the road department, but I'm sure he could help out the fire department if need be.
Working out with you?
He hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, everyone make a motion to, we offered the position to Chris Likens. He accepted it. He will start effective Monday, October 21st, 2024, at a pay rate of $28.50 per hour. He will also be eligible for dental, health, and life insurance. So that's my motion to make Chris Likens an employee for the road department as, I guess we would call him the assistant road superintendent. He's replacing Mark, since Mark was moved up to the road superintendent position. So,
I'll second it.
Mr. Brooker?
yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And with that, I also want to make a motion to give Mark Reinhardt for stepping up and into the road superintendent position, along with all his seniority, an increase in pay to $34 per hour, effective 10/21/2024.
Okay. Mr. Brooker?
Second.
Oh, Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Motion approved.
that's all I have.
Okay. Any comments from the audience? There we go.
We did. What was it for the Halloween time?
No, we need to do it.
I thought we did.
No, we haven't done it. I was just gonna raise, I was just bringing my mic.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, let's do it.
I guess I need a motion to set Halloween dates for October 31st, 6 to 8 in Okeana.
So moved.
Second. You said them, but you don't want, you want
What's
to
Mr.
tell us what
Brooker?
they.
Yeah, 6 to 8, October
6
31st.
to 8 on Halloween night.
Hearing's-
Okay.
Hearing's a little bad.
Yes,
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
Okay, thank you. My name's Tammy Tumbleson. My address is 6792 South Dwyer Road here in Okeana. I have a couple questions, but my first question is, what is the
Want that for
status
his
of our
file.
playground?
The county, for the building permit, the county has a requirement, since it's a commercial building, it's considered a commercial building now in the use category.
Right, that's for the pavilion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you're?
Actually, I asked about the playground, but we'll talk about the pavilion. Go for it.
Yeah, I was interested in the playground myself,
Yeah.
so.
last I heard on the playground was Jason Molnar from Alpha Constructions working with the Angles, and they got a price for the fencing. They agreed to pay that, and last I talked with Jacob from Hamilton Community Foundation, waiting to meet with them to pick up additional funds for that.
Okay.
We still have to go over, and maybe tomorrow or something we can get together. He gave me a revised quote for, the township has to pay for the curbing perimeter of the playground in an oval shape, the footprint of the playground. And it's a break between the playground surface and the actual turf around the, the grass.
Right.
So the grass doesn't grow into the actual playground. And we also thought that that would be a great place to mount the fence.
Mhm.
That way, maintenance, they won't have to be weed whipping around there when children are playing, and, safety hazard there. So we will have to pay for that concrete. The first engineer that designed it made it a sidewalk 6 inches thick. We don't need
Oh.
that. It just needs to be basically about an 18-inch curb.
Mhm.
And so he gave me a revised price on that, but he still has in his contract about laying out a landing zone. So I've got to go through that with you and then get back with him and say, cut this, cut this, cut this, because we're still at 56,000, outrageous.
Yeah.
So if it's at that, we're going to go out to get more quotes for that concrete, basically curb around the perimeter that the fence post will be set in, and it'll be the barrier.
Right,
the
that would be
surface.
good to get more
Yep.
quotes.
So-
Yes. Thing.
That's where we're at.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay.
No timeline on when
Right.
construction is going to start or for the playground. He's still trying to work with them to see if they're interested in a very reasonable price that he got. It's actually the company that is gave him the price for the playground surface area.
Mhm.
They are also LSAI certified, which you need to be for park equipment, playground equipment. And the price Jason said was I haven't seen it, but he said it was very reasonable. And, if we're hoping that they choose to go that route, then do it themselves, but that's totally on
Right.
them. So there's still a couple moving pieces that we got to nail down, so.
Okay, well, that sounds encouraging.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
haven't got a definite no, and, so we're still on the hunt.
Okay, so is that Alpha's loader out there? Is that why that's out there?
I don't know. I didn't even know that.
That's one of the letters they use when they put the walking trail in. So
I was just wondering
Don't
why
know.
it was still here. If we were under contract with him for something, or if we were charging him storage, or, it was just odd.
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, we need to be careful with that, because I was up here a couple nights ago, well, actually it was last week. Kids looking at it now, they were not climbing on it, but they were looking at it, and I thought, why is that here?
Okay.
So,
I'll
just
get
wondered.
I'll get
Okay.
hold of Jason tomorrow.
that's okay. Okay, Mr. Kolb, do you want to talk about the pavilion?
Yeah, sure. I was talking about the structure itself as far as a commercial building, and what the building permit department up at the county says that this is what we comply with. For a new construction, commercial application, they need 3 full-size sets of construction plans, 1 11 by 17 size construction plans, 2 complete set of civil engineering drawings, including drainage calculations, grading plan, and a dimension plan. So that pulls in 2 different entities. One is for the people who are going to provide the structure. They're going to go back to their engineering department and get stamped drawings to satisfy that requirement for the building. Okay. And then the RVP, Mr. Painter, the project manager, he has got drainage scoped into his survey. So we'll take that, and then we'll take the stamp drawings, and then along with our zoning certificate, and up, and then it'll go up. Then they look at that and approve it, and they say this is what you need, or this is, if we're short any, tell us. Like specs on the concrete, I expect it's a 4-inch pad. As far as the engineering drawings for the pavilion, it'll show where the pier sonotubes or the pilings will need to be to support that. That should be called out and all of that. Attachment points for the engineering. So we just march to their orders and give them what they need, and they say yay or nay.
Well, I agree. That all makes sense.
Yeah. Tap that.
Need batteries?
Batteries?
Let me just get you another mic. I'll change them. Thank you.
Okay. Is it- All right, I agree with you on everything you just said, because the Butler County Building Department is very, very good at their jobs. Now, my question is, I have a certificate filled out by you where you listed yourself as the contractor. Are you our contractor for this pavilion?
You know the donor, right? You know the donor.
You mentioned it at the last
Okay.
meeting.
It's Jeff and Debbie Rumpke.
Mm-hmm.
And when the discussion was, how do you want this to be construction? Do you want to be project manager on this, or do you want to be involved with this? And their response was, no, they just want to be benevolent to the township, give this. And they said that they want. I said, do you want me to be part of this? I have to step outside my role as a trustee. I will assist doing this. I'll do the paperwork. I'll do the building permit. I'll do whatever it takes. I said, is that according to your wishes? And they said, just do it. Just do it. So in lieu of, now if I start making decisions, I can't make I can bring the decisions to this forum, get approval and get consensus. But as far as each step, I have to make steps to get the completion done and then bring it here, because we can't discuss this outside of the meeting.
Okay.
So
So what is your experience being a general contractor? I don't know that. Are you an experienced general contractor? Do you have liability insurance?
I can follow the law. I can
Oh,
follow the law
okay.
with the prosecutors. And that's what that letter I read earlier.
Okay,
about
so
the
anybody
prosecutor.
can just become a general contractor and
Well,
follow
I
the
think
law?
if you have the right resources, you could do a pretty
Okay,
good job
so
at
what
it.
are qualifications to be our general contractor? I'm assuming you're not
Well-
being paid for this?
I'm not being.
I
I'm
assume
being
not.
paid. Yeah, well, yeah.
Right.
Yes, it's part of our role and responsibilities here.
I'm not sure that being a general contractor for any build is part of your responsibilities,
Well, you
but
can-
okay.
Mrs. Tumbleson, you can make your statement, but please don't put me on trial here. Just
Okay.
make your statement, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay,
All
all right, that's fair. All right,
Thank you.
so I guess my statement would be, Mr. Cole, you have filled out paperwork indicating that you are going to be our general contractor for the pavilion build. You have procured bids from,
Yes.
right? You have actually already chosen a pavilion package. So my question to the other two trustees is, were you guys aware of this? Was there a vote I missed? Because I was at the last meeting. I know what the resolution said, and Mr. Kolb, you told me what the resolution said, and I did go back and watch the video, but I was actually here as well. The resolution that you guys passed where you were putting the pavilion on the old landing strip, but you didn't vote for a pavilion package. I don't remember anybody voting for Mr. Kolb to be a general contractor. I don't remember anybody talking about the electrician we might use or the company that's going to do our concrete. I don't remember anybody talking about putting anything out for anybody.
We're
This,
we're really not to that point yet, Tammy. You know?
Tammy,
Well,
this would not,
okay.
this would not be a bid scenario.
It's not the
I would
family
expect you to
donated.
know that as a general contractor.
Well, the family donated money though, Mr. Kolb. They did not donate. Now, if they had purchased the
Yeah,
package,
you should talk to the prosecutor and just get
Okay.
get the facts squared up and
okay,
go from there.
Okay, that's
That'll
fair.
help a lot.
okay, that's fine. So but back to did you guys vote on all of this?
There's not a
No.
vote required.
There's not a vote
No,
required.
we gave him permission, okay? He's got permission. He's the one that went out and procured the donation. He went to that trouble to do that, and I feel confident and assured that we'll all three make the final decision. Let's put it that away, okay? No final decisions made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he decides this is an area they want to place it, we'll discuss it.
I thought
As
you
a
already
board.
did
As a board.
discuss that.
We did approve where we're going to place it.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
that's been approved. I
Okay.
agree. Okay,
I think it was a general area that wasn't a town.
Yeah, it was next to the playground, but
Yeah.
after the playground was laid out, I think we got a
Okay.
pretty good.
okay. All right, I just wanted to make it clear. I was just confused because I thought maybe I missed a vote, but I guess I didn't. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Okay, sorry, coming back. So, Daryl, Mr. Huff, you said that when decisions get made, you guys will vote on them. So, I believe that there was possibly a decision made because there was a $2,000 invoice for a deposit. The invoice was for the deposit on a pavilion package.
Yes.
So was that approved? Tina, you didn't say anything, but it's under the
We
threshold.
won't be cutting a check for that anyway.
Okay. Okay,
That's not coming,
okay,
it's not gonna be
sorry.
a Morgan Township check.
right,
Okay, so the foundation will go to the signatory on the agreement, that being it be an AC or Sandra Tyler or Tom
okay,
Brucker.
okay.
So that, when I talked to the foundation, the
Mhm.
foundation reached out to them.
Okay.
So that's the approval
So has that
authority.
decision been made then? Because Mr. Huff
It
pretty
would not
clear
be-
that,
It would not be this decision, it would be the board's decision. The agreement with the foundation is
Okay.
between the foundation and the board.
right, but didn't we,
There is no park board. You dissolved it.
No, they're,
You did.
if you want to come up, why don't you come up and get on the mic and we'll explain
Okay.
it to you.
I think what she's saying is, do we need to vote on, what is it, who's the package through? Weaver Barnes to accept and then send it to Hamilton Community Foundation to be approved for the deposit and.
Right, yeah, because that vote's never been taken. Kevin Brandon, 7770 Shraden Road, Indiana. So,
The
you
foundation,
guys, you voted and agreed to dissolve the park board.
no, negative.
The-
We have a
Did they
park,
not?
we have a board. Sandra, Tyler, and Mike are the park board now.
It's not the member panel that we had. We left left two of them in place.
It's the chairman and the vice chairman.
That's not what you said in the meeting. You said you were dissolving the park board.
The park board, as it stood, was
Yeah, I think
reduced to 2 members.
The Park Board Committee was dissolved and staying on, and Mike Riesenberg's been working with her, and AC's been there,
It's
so.
It's a title that you guys have as a park board in the,
Jeez,
in the stuff.
What are you doing?
don't call me Daryl.
Is that, you actually, there's a thing in the saying that these people are now the park board.
It is
You know that.
registered at the Hamilton Foundation as a park board for Morgan Township Park Board, period, full stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that isn't what you did at that one meeting, because I was here.
Well, then you need to look at the record then. The record will be clear up. A lot of times things are said, but once they get into the record, they
what-
explain what's going on.
What you say at the meeting and then what you read on paper is exactly the same thing?
I could say something, somebody else could say something, and when it's all brought together, then that's an official record of what has been done and what has been
Yeah,
decided.
I didn't know you could do that.
Here it is, Kevin. January 22nd, 2024, Resolution 008-24 to consider termination of the Park Board per Sandy's request as chairman of the Park Board. the, and I'm looking to see if there was anything else to say that
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sandy
saying.
was,
Nothing else was
I think
said.
that was the intention, but whether we
Yeah, that was
stated it.
never done, that's what I'm saying. You all did the park board and you didn't put nobody back in place, like what you're saying right now.
You just,
He just read it.
and I'm just telling you, he just read it, but but Mike, Sandra
Okay,
were
here
in
we go.
place as far as the chair and assistant.
On February 26, 2024, Resolution 029-2024, to terminate the park board per Sandy Tyler's request as chairman, it will comprise Sandy and Mike Riesenberg. If we ever have to bring back the park board, we will have that option to do so.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That reads into there that they're still there, Mike and Sandy.
But didn't
Doesn't
it say
that-
the park board was dissolved?
It did say that the park board was back on January 22nd.
Now, if you needed to bring them back, that you would, have you brought them back? In an official capacity, have you reinstated them? All I'm asking.
Thanks for your thing. And I think you explained it. Mike and Sandy are the park board now. We have not brought them back. There was a conflict of all of these people coming together to meeting. They could not schedule.
Right.
So
I
that's why we
understand all that
reduced it.
part.
Okay, then I don't know why you're
I
But
continuing
what
to
I'm
ask.
just saying is, you officially dissolved the park board, and now you're saying the
No,
park board is
everybody
still there.
but Mike and Sandy.
I
was
think that's what it,
dissolved, Right?
I can go back and watch the video.
No, that's fine.
I can go, no, I can, because
It's technical.
this is just this is like the Cliff Notes version. It says to terminate the park board per Sandy Tyler's request as chairman. It will comprise of Sandy and Mike Riesenberg. I think that, and then if we ever need to bring back the whole park board, we got the option to do that.
Okay,
I think that's what it was in, maybe it wasn't worded right, but I can look back at that. No, I will do that, because
I
it's,
just was under the impression that we didn't have a park board anymore.
You're
I
right.
am all for this park, trust me, that isn't what I'm saying.
So-
And I just want to make sure everything's done above board,
so,
because there's.
What would we do below board?
uh,
I'm just
getting-
curious here. Are we taking money in or something?
Not accusing
Well, I don't
anything
know.
of
See, it
anything.
seems like you keep, I
Me,
get
this is
these.
the first time I've said anything up here
Well,
in about a year.
okay, well, this is the first time I'm getting that feeling, though. Why are you, you said, I want to make sure it's above board. Why
Right.
wouldn't it be?
I don't know, probably because people going out getting bids and it's not being brought above in front of all the board like it's supposed to be. I mean, you go out and you've got an invoice for $2,000 for a deposit and it never got voted on?
Do you know what the minimum bid level is to get a bid?
Yeah.
What is the minimum contract level option to require a bid?
Don't know. I'm
Okay.
not government.
Okay,
But
okay,
you
it is,
can't-
it
you
is not
said-
meeting that level.
So you're saying
So now
the
you,
$20,000 isn't,
20,000, I don't know what you're talking about.
well, they donated 35 or 30.
31.
31, okay. So that $31,000 threshold doesn't meet?
Not.
Really?
Does not, yes.
Part of the bigger grand scam of the park? Scheme of the park?
It's
I mean,
a,
it's all rolled
it's a
into one?
it's independent, it's separate. It's a, execute that money according to the prosecutor's office,
Yeah,
following his guidelines and doing it
That's
exactly
fine.
how the county directs us.
yeah, but I'm saying, it just seems like you went and got a bid for the pavilion, one bid, you got one bid for the concrete, you got one bid for the electric.
We have two bids for, we have a bid from the KIST Electric, which is,
Right,
which
which
is
is good, very-
extremely competitive in this township.
No, I
And
get some for my
their
house. I'm
structure
going up
can,
against
their
that.
structure cannot be acquired any cheaper than what a gentleman in the township is providing. He lives in the township that's providing the structure.
I know who he is.
Okay, thank you. And so I believe
I've bought
that,
stuff off of him before, so
I
know what
believe
you're
he's,
talking
I
about.
believe he's above board and is got
I'm
his
not-
best interest of the
I have nothing against any
township.
of these people.
Thank
But
you.
my problem is, it should have went out for bid for other people.